Hello there, I'm Wes Wyatt with a look at our 8A game weather forecast. And in the Tuscaloosa area today, we are expecting just a small chance for a shower, only about 20% as we fly you in here. The weather forecast really not too bad. The temperature will be around 76 as the annual scrimmage kicks off there around 2 o'clock. And again, the sky will be partly cloudy with that chance for a stray shower. Temperatures have been above average, and now we're looking at those temperatures falling below average. Again, northwest wind at 5 to 10. Have a great day.
And welcome back to our live Tider Insider 8A special from just outside Bryant-Denny Stadium, presented in part by Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. And joining me now is the pride of Cherokee County, Alabama, and a member of the Tide's last national championship team prior to last year.
Right.
Martin Houston, starting fullback on the 92 national champions. Martin, thanks for joining us. Appreciate having you.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
First, before we talk football, your life has led you into the ministry.
Absolutely.
I would like for you just to update the Tide fans out there on what you've got going with Martin Houston Ministries right here in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, well, you know, it's really interesting. I have three things I'm working on. One is I work with a ministry called Praise Fest Ministries, and we do Cruise with a Cause, which is a missions trip to different islands. Next one is Montego Bay, Jamaica. We're going to be able to present the gospel to 133,000 students in one day. And we're going to be, we chartered the entire cruise ship, so it's pretty awesome.
Wow.
And it's going to have some of the nation's top artists and speakers, including people like Casting Crowns and Dr. Johnny Hunt, Jensen Franklin, Ty Tribbett. You can go on, Donnie McClurkin, we could go on forever. That's one of the main things that I'm doing. And then I have my own ministry where I travel and speak, and you don't know this, so I appreciate you letting me. This will be the first public, I guess, announcement other than my churches.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually going to be launching a church here in Tuscaloosa where I'll be pastoring and starting that out. We're going to be focusing kind of, I guess, on East Alabama, Woodland Forest type area, back up through Vance and into that area of Tuscaloosa. So really excited. Guys doing some awesome things, and thank you for the opportunity to share that.
You're more than welcome, and that is awesome. And watch for Martin Houston and what he's got going. All right, let's talk a little football. I said you were a member of the last national championship team prior to this past season. I know for a long time that you guys took a lot of pride in that, but I know you're not disappointed that you're no longer the last national championship team. 2009 was rather sweet as an alum and a former player, wasn't it?
Absolutely. You know, a lot of times people wonder, how do we feel about the national championship? What we did is history was accomplished, and I want Alabama to win every national championship. So, yes, I'm excited that we were on it. I hate that it took 17 years, but I don't think it'll be 17 years before the next one. And it was just a great thing to watch it all unfold as we went through this past season.
You know, 8A was important when you played, and fans turned out, and it was a measuring stick for how you did in spring, but it was nothing like this. I mean, what do you think? This is amazing, isn't it?
Well, I'm absolutely amazed at it. I mean, I can't tell you how they have more, I think, in one game than we had in all 4 springs I went through in my career here. It was a big deal then for us, but it was probably more of a deal for the coaches and the players when I was here then than it was for the fans. Now it's both. I mean, Coach Saban really has some things he wants to see, and players are trying to win. But as far as the fans, this is absolutely awesome. It shows how great a program Alabama is.
Finally, Martin, we got about 30 seconds. You played for Gene Stallings. He was all business. He was a player's coach. To some degree, some similarities to Nick Saban. Just your thoughts on what Coach Saban has done, and does he remind you at all of Coach Stallings?
In some ways he does, in other ways he doesn't. But I think the greatest thing about Coach Saban is he has a process and a plan, and that's what he works, and he sticks to it, and he doesn't deviate from it.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck in your ministry. Martin Houston, Crimson Tide great from the late 80s and early 90s, and a member of the 92 National Championship game, joining us here this afternoon. Well, we've been saying it for years. There is nothing in the world like Alabama football, and it turns out there are psychological facts to back that up. WVUA News reporter Amelia Hastings is here now with more on that story. Amelia?
Hey, Gary. Well, we talked to one social psychologist at the University of Alabama who's actually been studying the Bama Nation, and she said when it comes to social norms, the Tide and True actually break the mold. You'll find plenty of this on any Alabama game day. And there's even a fancy term for it, basking in reflective glory.
basically people like to associate themselves with successful groups.
And there's been plenty of success for this group.
When Alabama wins, the people who consider themselves diehard fans get a self-esteem boost from it.
So being a Bama fan can actually improve your self-esteem.
I love Alabama. I love Alabama football.
It's really one of the most exciting things that can happen. I feel good. I feel happy.
But on the flip side, when Bama doesn't do so hot,
You go home after the game, you go to sleep, you don't even go out, you're heartbroken.
here's where Bama fans show their true pluck and grit. They don't abandon ship.
People who think it's really important to be Alabama fans, they do not disassociate from their team affiliation. So it's no matter what, we won or we lost.
And the faithful will be back in Tuscaloosa this weekend for a game the Tide can't possibly lose.
All of the emotions that have been building up since the victory and against Texas are really going to have a chance to come out.
I think it's going to be insane.
Well, and in just the short time we've been out here today, we've seen plenty of people who look like they're feeling good, they're having a great time, and they're definitely looking forward to that preview of the 2010 Alabama football team. Gary, back to you.
Thanks, Amelia. Some interesting stuff there, Rodney.
Sure is.
Bama fans, I tell you, they love it. Well, coming up next on this Tider Insider A-Day special, we'll talk about Alabama's offense for the coming season. A lot of the experts think they will have to carry the load for the Tide in 2010. Is that the case? Also, still to come, when a deadly earthquake struck Haiti, he went to help. We'll tell you about how Alabama's Barrett Jones lent a helping hand. You're watching the Tider Insider A-Day special live from the University of Alabama campus. We'll be right back.